Hello everybody and welcome to today's episode of Astrocraft. So today we have some pretty big plans, I'd say. I finally have all my mods updated. Very happy about that. Yeah, I have been sort of trying to come up with ideas of what to do otherwise, but I've had brain block. And I was sick last week, so if you watched last episode, sorry that I sounded so weird. I'm feeling so much better right now. No stuffiness, no nothing. So much less tired. I was really tired making that episode too. So, I'm sorry about all of the weird stuff that happened last episode. It was just a mini tour, and then I got so tired. Well, so, I did a little bit of stuff. So, I didn't get a lot of views last episode. So, I'll just show this off for anybody who didn't watch. I built this, but I got tired, so I didn't really finish the terraforming. So I just sort of have it half finished there. But now we get to work on something I am actually pretty excited for. We're building a wall, and maybe a second wall. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm gonna see how many resources I have and how far I can get with this wall. But our main goal this episode is to actually build this entire wall. Oh, and replace the sand, because I sort of realized that messy gradient, it sort of works for this tower, but it just wasn't really working for the wall. So I fixed it all, so it's just plain sandstone, and we're gonna put in windows eventually anyways. So basically, I'm just going to keep building with it being slightly different than what I did here. And you can barely notice it. It'll be fine. And I also have been doing some terracotta mining recently and a lot of sand mining too. So I have gotten all the smooth sandstone I need for the build completely, and I've offloaded some into these shulker boxes for building today. But I'm very much behind on cyan terracotta. I only have a few chests because of how much dye cyan terracotta takes up. So I have 4 shulker boxes for today, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough because just the tower took almost 2 full shulker boxes. So I'm just gonna try and be careful, and I'm not gonna do as much terracotta as I actually need to do, probably. I'm not gonna do it the way I did this. I'm probably just gonna bring it out all to this corner maybe, and we're just gonna have a big area without terracotta. So it's gonna be okay. I still am not really sure what I want to do with the roof completely, because I don't want it to just be string covered. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably get a few shulker boxes full of string for the roof eventually. I also expanded my cactus farm because of how much cyan dye I'm going to need. I'm also making an automatic cactus farm. Well, I have designs for one. I need to actually build it and its transport system inside the tower here. So that's one of the main reasons I'm also building the walls. I want to try and close off the area as much as I can right now. So I'm thinking as long as I get these 3 towers done, I can start the interior here to help move along the process to get enough terracotta for the roof. So I also have been working on trying to get a beacon, by the way. Not an easy thing. So I've been doing a lot of work in the nether on the nether fortress that sadly isn't in the soul sand valley. So I'm gonna go searching in a few days. I might decide to do some stuff on stream next week. Not really 100% sure. Streamcraft is moving pretty well right now, but go check out past live streams on my channel if you like to watch Streamcraft. Last episode, it was mainly me mining and finishing up some little interior details. I like how it turned out, actually. I've been rambling for a little bit now about all the types of crazy stuff, so I am also just going to tell you guys a bit more of what I've been doing, and then we'll get straight into building. So in here I placed these because it was bugging me how when I looked in here there wasn't any wall there, so I just placed some sandstone as it fit the gradient nicely. I moved the sign in here because it was bugging me out here for like the contrast in wood. So I need to replace the warped slab out there as well. This is currently empty, but I spent most of the weekend smelting sandstone. I spent like hours just sitting in there to wait for it to smelt. And so that took a while. Let's do a little setup for the build. I color coded everything, and I just chose like warm colors for the base, and then the same gray I did and the cyan I did for last time. So, because we're building this wall, I actually think it should probably be around here. So cyan, lots of materials, by the way, lots of it. I'm not using as varied of a palette just because I wanted it to be like a very clean design. I guess you could say very clean. The platform, I sort of wanted a bit of variance in it. And that's probably one of the things that's actually going to take the longest because it is the most disorienting out of all of it, because once you load in the schematic, it looks like blocks are there, so you fall down to the ground a lot, and yeah, it causes a whole bunch of trouble. I'm also going to need to pick up some scaffolding, which I sort of forgot about a bit, but... So yeah, we're just gonna finish up picking a few things. I did most of the prep before this, but I forgot some of the little stuff that I actually forgot last time, but I'm just making sure I have it all before next time, and I'm planning on getting more string up here eventually. We all have some pretty big things coming up. Make sure to keep checking for new episodes. I post mine every week on Friday, sometimes Thursdays if I forget that it isn't Friday when I'm editing. So yeah, that's about it for all updates and announcements, except for over here. I might have gone a little bit crazy. As you can see, I've killed very, very large amounts of pillager captains, so the graveyard has grown by a few rows. Now there's probably, I don't know, is probably around 76 flags, I think, if I did my calculations correct. Around 76 flags, maybe. We're very close to 100. Yeah, it's just gonna take a few more rows of 5. Maybe we should start it out, like a second one over here. Yeah. We're building this wall today, so it's all being encased in. And I do have actually plans for a nice door there, but yeah, we're building all of this today. How interesting. Okay, I've been rambling for a little bit now, and I know you guys came here to watch me build, so let's get to building. Start the time lapse. So you might notice in this time lapse that the left wall is already built, and that is because 3 of my 7 recordings of building corrupted, unfortunately. So I built this entire wall instead of just half of it, which is what was my original plan. Because I felt bad about the recordings corrupting, because I finished recording the episode and I found out, and I decided why not add a few extra time lapses, because I sort of broke the other ones. So sorry about that. It wasn't really my fault, it was the way the server loads, and so I just have to be different about how I'm recording it from now on, and I will make sure I'm backup recording, which I forgot to do. So sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this time lapse, and I will leave you guys with the time lapse music to take over. Enjoy the time lapse. Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the time lapse. So, let's just say a few things went wrong with the time lapse. So, I have about 3 or 4 corrupt recordings of the time lapse, which is why it's so weird and why, you never saw this wall of the time lapse. All of this wall's recordings corrupted because of a weird loading error that I figured out how to prevent from happening now, I'm pretty sure. Um, But yeah, so we lost all recordings because I forgot to backup record for this wall. And this wall, I had another incident happen. A creeper blew up about 5 of my shulker boxes, but I didn't know it until yesterday when I was looking back at the footage because I was really curious what had happened and I just wanted to make sure it was just a loading error. It wasn't. It was a creeper that exploded at really poor time. It exploded right here. I already fixed it up. So it was actually a really weak creeper explosion because it only broke a few of these blocks here. And then I had my shulkers right here. So I had about, what was it? Yeah, 4 of them explode. I lost 1 shulker of birch. Oh no, 5. I had 5 explode. I had 2 shulkers of sandstone, 1 shulker of birch. My extra shulker that I keep like scaffolding and whatever in. And then 1 shulker of sand. So I lost 5 shulker boxes in that explosion because I didn't notice that it had exploded. So I went yesterday and I am almost done at getting all the materials again. But yeah, sandstone and sand aren't really hard to get. I was very lucky that I didn't lose any smooth sandstone because that's about the most resource I need, and that probably takes the longest to get. I was also lucky I didn't lose any cyan terracotta because that has been a pain to be getting and dying consistently. And then I'm almost done with birch planks. This was a full chest that I used some of today, and here is the rest that I need to finish getting on the birch planks. But you might be wondering why I'm talking about that weirdly, and it is because I was not initially intending to build the second half of the wall. I was actually intending on just leaving it half built, but then once I realized most of my time lapses had corrupted, I decided, well, this video is going to seem empty if I have like 2 barely finished time lapses, so I decided let's make 1 fully finished time lapse just to do the end. And because I was already sort of debating doing this half the wall earlier in episode in a separate clip that I will not be releasing because it was not up to date, so I was sort of considering doing more than half, but yeah, I decided it was ultimately better if I just did one half, and then once all my footage had corrupted and I'd found out that it corrupted, I was just like, okay, let's do the other half of the wall. Just get it over with. Just get the full time lapse in the episode. So that is one of the reasons why I actually built the second half of the wall, and it was not an initial plan. I'm actually a bit behind on my episode schedule currently because of that, but I'm pretty sure just because of how many time lapses I have to edit, I will still be on schedule to upload. It's just not as I'm just not in as usual of a timeline as I generally have. So, yeah. Anyways, a few things happened. I had to build that half the wall, but yeah, it turned out pretty well. I've had this built for a while, so but it is pretty big, and it did take me a few hours, but it was fine. I didn't. It's something I just had to do, anyways. So might as well get it done this episode. So yeah, that's a bit of what happened, and I made sure that these recordings didn't corrupt, and I did backup record for them. And the reason why the roof wasn't built in the other one was because I went to go check on the shulker boxes, and that's when I found out. I tried to reload the game a bunch, but it wasn't a loading problem. So that is why the roof recording corrupted, because it was separate from the other recording I had done. That's basically today's episode. We got a lot done. And while it doesn't seem like a lot to you guys, it was quite a lot to me. So yeah, we are now, I would call it about a bit more than a quarter. Because we have one of the four corners built and then two of the four walls. So yeah, I would say we have at least a quarter, pretty close to half done. We just need to build this here, and then we'll be all good. So we have about 3/8 of the base done is the best way to describe it. But yeah, so I'm sorry about today's recording corrupting, but can't really help that it happened, and I might try and find if they have any backup recordings of it that I can use, but I don't think they do. The mod does, especially. I was expecting glitches for 1.21, but I wasn't expecting one this big. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry I didn't do the backup recording, but I can't help what I did now. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, even in the small amount of time lapses it had. And I will see you guys next time on Astrocraft, where we will be building this new tower. And maybe doing a bit of interior work over in that tower. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like this video if you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Make sure to check out the other people on Astrocraft. Mifa uploaded a really funny end video the other day, so definitely go and check that out. And she's working on some pretty big projects coming up soon. So make sure to check out her channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time on Astrocraft. Have a great day.